Hello, YouTube. I don't know whether you prefer to see my walks or not, but I am Shaggy, also known as Vincent. You can call me V or Shags if you like. I don't like Vince or Vinny. Anyway, and I'm also Philaletheia. Philaletheia is a Greek word. It's a religious designation that means lover of truth. It's a higher order of religious designation than philosopher. Philosopher's kind of a foot half in kind of way of dealing with things. It allows you to lie. Philaletheia allows me no wiggle room to lie. So what we're going to do is I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit as I walk my ass down to Panera about what I was thinking about. I'm talking with my buddy, my oracle. I call him Magic Shadow. You should follow him on Twitter and Twitch if you don't already. About poverty, and I'm kind of engaged in a couple of conversations, you could call them, on Twitter about poverty in a sense, poverty of behavior, poverty behavior, and so I'm kind of talking about class, and I'm going to write and I'm going to talk later about how much money you actually do save just by being above the poverty line. The amount of money you actually do save not having to use public transportation, not having to walk, not having to have waterproof clothing. I'm gonna write about all of the gross arrogance I see in the face of the weather around me, and how it's maybe not necessarily immoral. There's maybe not necessarily a moralistic or spiritual. Some other person might tell you that dressing poorly because you know that you've got laundry facilities is actually a sin, actually a slight against the goddess, and that she's going to do something like dramatically change the weather just to fuck you over. But those sorts of things happen. They happen in the small cycle of your life. And it's not, I'm not here to prophesy some kind of doom. I actually think that all of the omens we've been getting are omens of peace and omens of calm. I think that we're almost ready to celebrate, relax, and just, but that might be several more years. It might be another half decade or more. But my mind is busy. My mind is wandering, and so what I've been thinking about is poverty. And I'm going to write about how much money you actually save by being rich. But what I actually am going to talk about today, for the next minute or two before I cross this major thoroughfare, is how much money you waste by being rich. I was listening to three elderly people who work for the government here in Zanesville talk about stuff. It was two men and a woman, and the men were being stereotypical and the woman was naturally being stereotypical of these kinds of people. And the reason they were being stereotypical isn't because they were cliche, but it is because they're small town bureaucrats, and small town bureaucracy is the same that it's been now for the last, since satrapies were invented, since small town government was invented, 25 or 3,000 years or whatever, 2,500 or 3,000 years or whatever it's been. And so they were talking about how they have these meetings, right? And that there are women in the groups who are allowed access to public money, allowed access to tax money, who insist on spending it to buy expensive stuff that doesn't need to be expensive. She was talking about how, like, they did some sort of fundraiser or some sort of benefit dinner or some sort of something like that for the poor, and the woman insisted on buying gourmet cookies for this thing for the poor people, because she insisted that they deserved a $3 cookie apiece. The woman at this table is just like, the woman at the table next to me is just like, oh my God, go to the Dollar General and buy 3 fucking bags of cookies. Buy literally 3 packs of cookies for the same price you're paying per cookie. And let them eat all the damn cookies they want. They don't care. The people there don't care how expensive the cookie, how nice the cookie is. And so what I'm going to talk to you about, I'm going to transition from that, because what I don't want to talk about and what I don't want to criticize is small town government. And what I don't even want to criticize is this woman who feels like she has to spend $3 a cookie in order to be a valuable person. What I want to talk to you about is why people feel like they need to spend so much money on things that don't need to cost what they do, and then they get surprised when they are out of money that everything is more expensive than they thought it was when they step down a level of luxury. And that's what it is. Class. It's classism. It's about levels. It's about levels of luxury. So Doritos and I shouldn't use this example because it's not true. But Doritos and the knockoff Dollar General version of Doritos are the same. They're not. That's actually not true. Doritos is a stunningly super adequate, meaning above adequate product. I should mean like just a normal potato chip. Like any Lay's potato chip is the same as the $1.25 bag. In fact, I was trying to explain to my bus driver that she's not a bad person for ducking into the Dollar General to get her snack for the morning and the afternoon. It's like you don't need to spend 3 times as much in order to prove that you have it to spend. You won't have it to spend for very long if you behave like that. And now I'm walking into a place, this Panera, where they definitely charge you more than they should, but they charge you more than they should to keep people like me out of it. So thank them for me, and have a great day.